Hi there and welcome to my channel. I am Sandra Solomon and today I am going to take you through 10 really great summer fragrances for both men and women. I think all of these perfumes that we are going to talk about is unisex, but they are made for women and for men. So I am going to start with 5 for women and I am going to finish with the 5 for men. First up we have Bvlgari Omnia Paraiba. This is a fruity, tropical, fresh and citrusy perfume. And wow, it opens up really fruity and really fresh. I think I do get the citrusy notes, but it's a round and fruity, citrusy perfume, I think. This is one that smells amazing just the minute you spray it on. So when I have this on, I usually spray it on a couple of times during the day because I really love the opening. And this is one that also stays on your clothes very well. So I usually spray this on when I'm at home in my comfy clothes, and then when I use the same clothes the day after, it still smells amazing. So if I am going to rate this one on a scale from 1 to 5, this actually gets a 4. And this wasn't even that pricey when I bought it, so I think it's a really good one. And the next perfume we are going to talk about is one of my absolute favorites, and the one we are going to talk about is Delina from Parfums de Marly. This is the perfect rhubarb explosion. I love this one. I could use this almost every day, but I don't because I don't want to spoil myself or ruin the experience from it. This is, wow, this is so nice. And when I put this on, I really can feel how good I smell. I walk around and just enjoy the fantastic fragrance and the scent around me. This is a rose, floral, fresh and fruity perfume that I think most people really like. As I said, this is a rhubarb explosion, so if you do like rhubarb in perfumes, you are certainly gonna like this one. If you don't like rhubarb in perfumes, this is not the one you're going to enjoy. If I'm going to rate this one on a scale from 1 to 5, this is like a 6 or a 7, and I know that's not possible, but it's definitely a 5. I think this is just the perfect fragrance for women. I did say that all of these perfumes are unisex, but this one, maybe there is a guy out there who can rock this and be just amazingly sexy in it, but I would say this is most for women anyways. And moving on to another favorite, and I know I'm saying all of these are my favorites, but they really are good perfumes, all of them. So the next one we are going to talk about is Because It's You from Emporio Armani. And if you're a guy and you want to have some really nice fragrance on, I can really recommend you to try the male version of this one that is called Stronger With You, that also comes with many different flankers, and they are amazing, each and every one of them. But this is the one for women, and this is one of my favorites. I actually got myself a big bottle and I am using it up quite quickly. And this is the kind of fragrance that I can use just whenever. If I don't know what I should use for the day, I can just go to this one and I know that I will smell just amazing, and I will also enjoy myself how I smell. This is a fruity, sweet vanilla fragrance, and it is full and round, but it's still light, so it's not that kind of heavy sweetness. It's just really beautiful, and I could really use this just going out, going to the office. I've used it to the gym. This is the kind of fragrance that I think everyone likes and that fits for any occasion. And if I am going to rate this one, I think I am going to go with 4.5. It's almost a 5, but it's, yeah, 4.5 is a good rating. I can't give everyone the rating 5, so yeah, this deserves 4.5. It's really good. This is a green, fruity, woody and almondy fragrance. It also has some florals, and it's also a little bit sweet, but still very light, I think. And I know that the fragrance is the most important part, but I really like this bottle. It's really cute and I like having it and looking at it in my collection. So I think this fragrance is just perfect for the summer and for the spring. This is the kind of perfume that makes you feel just really good and sunny. I like it so much and I am so happy that I bought it, and I think this is the kind of perfume that I will always want to have in my collection. So when I have finished this bottle, it's like half of the bottle left, I think, or I'm certain that I will buy another one. And of course, every time I check up on a perfume that I really like, it's very often that it has rhubarb in it, and this one also do. It also contains narcissus, almond milk and some woody notes. This is, I think, probably this is kind of weird to say, but this is the kind of perfume that you just need to use when you have a dress on. I don't know why, but this is really a perfume for a summer dress. So if I am going to rate this one, I am actually going to give this a 5. I think this is, the name is perfect, and I think this really is the perfect fragrance. And the next one we are going to talk about is actually, I counted this as one of the 5 for women, but this is actually a perfume for men, and the one I'm talking about is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Sun. This is, I think, the perfect unisex fragrance. It smells amazing on anyone. It is a citrus, coconut, tropical and ozonic fragrance. And it is just so fresh and nice. And I actually like this one much better than I like the original, and I know that there's a lot of people who would disagree, but I think this is, I have smelled the original one, just the light blue one, a couple of times, and it's a nice scent, but it doesn't do it for me. But when I found this one and I got the coconut and tropical notes, I think that is what did it for me. I think this is an amazing fragrance. This is beautiful to wear in the summer, but I have actually worn this all through the winter as well, and it fits just as good on the winter. But this is one I will be wearing a lot this summer. It is not a perfect perfume, but it's really good, and that's why I am going to give it a 4. This is one of my favorites in my collection, and I really think you should try this one. As I said, if you don't enjoy the light blue original so much, maybe this is the one for you, so try it out. Moving on to the next, and now we are up to the 5 fragrances for men, and we are starting out with Varvatos. Oh, I don't know. Artisan Pure, and this is, I think, a very summerish bottle. This makes me think of summer. So let's see how it smells. This is a citrusy, aromatic perfume. It's really fresh, it's a little bit spicy, and it is also herbal. And I do get all of that. It's really nice. I think this, as I said, all these I think is unisex, but this is definitely one that goes very well on both men and women. Maybe it's not that obvious for some women that they could use this and smell amazing, but if you are a woman and you want to smell different than others, then try this out. This is really nice. And if I am going to rate this one, I think I am going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. It's not my favorite, but it's a really nice citrusy fresh perfumes. And I am usually not into citrusy perfumes, so a rating of 3.5 from me is quite good. So maybe for someone who does like citrusy fragrances, this is maybe a 4 or a 5. So if you like those kind of fragrances, then try this out because it's a really good one. And moving on to an enormous bottle from Versace, and this is Eros. This is a vanilla, aromatic, green and spicy perfume. It is also sweet and fruity, and wow, the opening is really cool. It's, I would say, aromatic, fruity and minty, I think. It doesn't contain mint, so I don't know what that comes from. But the opening is really good. Oh, oh, I just read about it and it does contain mint. That's so funny. Yes, so this is a minty fragrance, and I am wondering if the fragrance still smells like mint in the dry down, but the opening was really minty. And this is one that I really enjoy, and I would love to smell this on a man. And this is the kind of fragrance, I know I have said this before, but there are some kinds of fragrances that when you smell them on a man and you realize he has it on his neck, you just want to dive into that neck and smell a little bit. I think this is the perfect summer fragrance for men. It's so sexy, it's classy, it's just wonderful. And I'm saying it is a summer fragrance, but I would actually enjoy this perfume on a man any time of the year, any day. I really like it very much. I have tried out, I think it is a flanker to this one or a variation of this one. I don't know the name. It is a red bottle, and that one smells very funky, so I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. But this one is really great. Now I don't remember if I gave this a rating, but anyways, it's a 5. It's a solid 5. So moving on to the next. And the next one is Invictus from Paco Rabanne. This is such a nice perfume. I first smelled this like a month ago. I haven't smelled it earlier, and I have missed out because this is a really good perfume for men. And I do think that you don't have to be a man to wear this. You can also be a woman and it will smell amazing. This is really nice, and I have also smelled the one called Invictus Legacy, I think, and that one is also really good. But I would say that Invictus, just the original one, is more summery than Invictus Legacy, so I would really recommend this for the summertime. This is a citrus, marine and aromatic fragrance, and it just smells so good. And it's also woody, salty, and it contains amber, and I think this is the kind of fragrance that is perfect when a man puts on a white shirt and just goes out to enjoy the day. I think this is really nice. It's so fresh and light, but still with lots of personality. So I really like this one, and if I am going to give it a rating, I think I will give it a 4. It's a really good one, and if you haven't tried it yet, I really think you should. And now we are up to one of my favorite bottles, but also favorite fragrances. The one I am talking about is Le Male Superman of Fraiche. This is, I mean, first look at the bottle. It's just so cool. And I don't think they actually make this one anymore, but I have heard from Rotten Rebel, who is a real fragrance expert, not an amateur like me, but he knows things, and he says that they also make this one in Pop Eye, and it's supposed to be the same fragrance. So if you can't find this one, which would probably be hard if they don't make it anymore, look for the Pop Eye one. And this is, wow, it has that classic smell that Jean Paul Gaultier fragrances has, but it does have something extra that makes it a little bit more fruity, I think. It's aromatic, it's green, it has vanilla, it's fresh and soft and spicy, and it's the kind of fragrance that I think that any man would feel good using, and all women will like this on a man. This is really a perfume that I don't think there will be anyone who doesn't like, and many will also love it because it's really, really good. So if you like the bottle, and more important, if you think you will like the fragrance, then try this one out. It's really, really good. And if I am going to rate it, I will give this I think I will give it a 4.5. I think this is very, very nice, and yeah, it deserves a 4.5. So moving on to the next, and actually the last one. And this one is quite fun because the first time I smelled it, I really didn't enjoy it that much, and that was in the beginning of my fragrance journey, and I still have a hard time liking citrusy fragrances, and this is really a citrusy explosion. But now I have really started to enjoy this perfume, and I think it's quite wonderful. So the one I'm talking about is Orange Sanguine from Atelier, Cologne. Wow, this is like when you have just peeled an orange, and the smell that comes from it, it's just so wonderful. It's supposed to contain blood orange and bitter orange, and I really can feel both of those notes. It's really dominant, and it's really, really nice. It also has some woody notes and some jasmine, and maybe the woody notes is what makes this a little more round and deep than other citrusy fragrances. Wow, I am starting to like this more and more. So if you would have told me like 1.5 years ago that I might consider buying this, I would think that you were crazy. But this is so good, and I can't believe that I haven't enjoyed this before, because it's really, really good. So this is actually, if I am going to rate it, I think that this is maybe a 4 or a 5. It's nothing less than a 4, but it has potential to be a 5, and I think I might have to try this out this summer and see what I think, but I am guessing that this will end up in my collection. So that was 10 summer fragrances for both men and women. Like this video and subscribe if you want to see more videos with me. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will see you next time. Bye.